Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
YouTube, good morning, good noon, good night. It's your boy Rowdy, and we back with another video. Today we gonna talk about Pastor Marvin Sapp, and I think we're gonna get right into this video. So let's get to it.
The cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors.
See, when I first heard this, because I've already watched this, but when I first heard this, I was taken aback. What do you mean close the doors? Like, what do we have going on here? And this is the issue between the generations of church. These people grew up. He's not the last generation. I believe he might be the generation before. He's pretty old. And people fail to realize church was different. That's almost, I'm not saying church is cult-like, but following Jesus and stuff like that, the way that a lot of churches operated, there was a lot of control, especially when money was involved. And closing the doors, like, what if somebody had a medical emergency? What do you do then? Because people aren't built the same way. They're not as strong, and they don't believe in Jesus. I'm gonna just keep it honest. They don't have the same belief systems as we did back then. Now everybody is, always skeptical. We have so much skepticism nowadays, and we are always calling what people say and what people do into question. Herein lies what's going on. He's calling for the ushers to close the doors. Insane.
1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here.
I don't have a huge issue with what's going on. It literally is him telling the ushers to close the doors, because that is ridiculous. But what people fail to realize is church is a business. And if you're going to go to said business, at some point there will be money involved to keep the church going. Now, telling me what to do with my money is not in the Bible. So I believe that is wrong. However, the fact of the matter is, he didn't ask for anything insane. You see these people, Paula White just did something. She's online spreading fallacies about what you'll be able to get if you buy this miracle water or buy this miracle oil. They've been doing that for a long time. This is not that. This is sowing into the ministry. Now, the question is, how big's the church? How much money did he give? Because he already said, I believe he's going to say, I sowed. The question is, how much did you give? If you only going to tell me that you gave $100, you're Marvin Sapp. I don't want to hear that. We've been listening to Never Would Have Made It for partner 20 years now. So to sit there and try to shortchange us and have us come up with the money is an issue. However, the amounts aren't insane. Comparatively speaking, they're not insane, because a lot of pastors may ask for they may ask for like 50 on a special service, because this is a special service. To have Marvin Sapp at the church is a special service. It's just like when people get on Instagram and you see them doing something, or TikTok, you're giving a super chat because he's got people online and stuff like that. If you're willing to give money to a super chat, I don't see an issue with giving money in this kind of situation, because that person that you're giving that money to, what value do they bring to you? Church does bring, at least emotionally, a huge value to people's lives. Now, the question is, what does this church do in the community? Do they have outreach programs and stuff like that? There's many questions that we could ask. Where is this $40,000 going? Is it just going to enrich him? Because is he asking for money for him because he's up there? Though, I mean, there's many questions. The church does have to pay him for his time. But is he doing that now? Is he trying to corral the money so he can have something to walk away with? There's many different questions that can be asked in this scenario. But if we take it for face value, my belief is he's trying to gather money because he said he gave. He's trying to gather money for the church. And again, I don't have an issue with that because the people behind him, if I'm not mistaken, they have churches themselves. Those are pastors. So he had the pastors give more. Now here, bear with me with this statement real quick. Suppose he had the people give money, but he didn't ask the pastors who are up there with him. He didn't ask them to give money. Then there would have been the issue. But my opinion, he's not doing anything egregious here. It's just a little bit off-putting because, again, you're closing the doors and it's almost like you're trying to force me to give the money. You ain't going nowhere but to the restaurant. Why is that your business? But at the same time, is he right or wrong? I don't believe he's wrong. Because after we get out of church, we got to eat. Everybody eating after church. It's just a thing. You're going to go eat. You see a lot of, because Chick-fil-A closed, Popeyes be jumping. You go into a restaurant right after you get out of church. So he's not wrong there. But in this economic climate, I feel like it is a bit unfair to force people. If you have it, we will receive it and we will cherish the gift that you decide to give us, is the way I feel like he should have went about it, because you have to coddle people nowadays when you speak to them. You can't be real, especially when you have a huge audience, because you want people to continue to come back, because the idea of church isn't so the church gets money. The idea of church is so your spirit can be fed, so your soul can be fed. So if you are telling me that I gotta give 20, and what if it's my last 20? What if I don't carry cash? They got Cash App and stuff like that, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, what if I don't have the money to give? Are you gonna single me out? Because this is what it looks like,
I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm going to have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving.
So, with all that being said, I believe that this day and age is totally different than the way it was before. And that's the issue. The issue isn't necessarily, what he was doing. The issue is, if you're not somebody who is churched, who is not culturally churched, this is going to be something that can be, contentious. So, my opinion, he should have chose his words better. And I feel like there should have been some more transparency, because nowadays people need transparency, because we are all skeptical, because we've been burnt. Listen, everything has come full circle. We need full transparency about everything. You see what's going on with the government. Even with all the mistakes that they are seeming to make right now, there is still transparency about who's doing what. The question is why, again. But again, there's transparency that we need. There's no more of this huge entity can act and do what they want to do without us knowing what is going on. But anyway, if you watched it this far, I appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm trying to grow this community. And let me know what y'all think down low in the comments. All right? Take it easy.